Cumhuriyet Editor-in-Chief Can Dündar, who is being charged with insulting President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan for his coverage of a graft probe that implicated members of Erdoğan's inner circle, lamented on Thursday that legal prosecution has now become the fate of journalists in Turkey, but vowed not to be silenced by efforts he said are aimed at coercion. Standing trial has become the nature of the profession, Dündar, the editor-in-chief of the secular Cumhuriyet newspaper, told reporters outside the Istanbul Courthouse, where he attended hearings for two separate trials and testified to a prosecutor as part of a graft probe, initiated on the grounds of insulting the president. I am here to be tried because of my reports about the December 17 to 25 corruption investigations. I have two consecutive hearings. I will also testify to a prosecutor as part of a new probe, Dündar said. Erdoğan is pursuing a policy of coercion by pushing for insult cases against every piece of criticism. He is trying to punish everyone who raises their voice in the media, which is already under siege. But you will see that it will be fruitless because we will continue to speak, continue to write. Dündar has reported extensively on the corruption scandal which erupted on December 17, 2013 with a wave of detentions, publishing a series of articles as well as a lengthy interview with the main prosecutor of the case, who was removed from the case and later suspended from duty. Thousands of members of the police force, as well as judges and prosecutors, were reassigned or removed following the December 17 detentions and a second wave of planned detentions on December 25, which were stalled reportedly as a result of government intervention. Erdoğan, who was at that time Prime Minister, dismissed the case as a plot against his government by followers of the Gülen movement, inspired by Turkish Islamic scholar Fethullah Gülen, and foreign collaborators. The corruption investigation was closed and charges against all suspects were dropped after new prosecutors were assigned to the case. Dündar is one of the dozens of individuals, including journalists, students, activists, and others, who face charges of insulting the president, which critics say has turned into a tool to intimidate opposition and silence dissent. This has become a technique when publication laws and censorship are not enough to stop dissent. They have taken to showering journalists with expedited criminal cases. He said other journalists are to appear before judges or prosecutors on the same day as him. This is his Erdoğan's birthday. He celebrates his birthday this way, said Dündar, vowing to continue reporting on the corruption investigation. Journalists Bahar Nce, Ömer Ademis, and Didem Toker also appeared in court on Thursday. Fellow journalist Temel Kuran was also at the hearing to show her support for Dündar, as was Sami Elvan, the father of Berkan Elvan, a 14-year-old boy who died after being hit by a tear gas canister launched by the police. Journalists Sedef Kabaz and Mehmet Baransu have also recently been targeted by the government for critical remarks they shared on Twitter. We are doing our job. We will not let a great scheme of corruption be covered up, he said. We, as journalists, will continue to report and expose the facts in the name of the public's right to be informed. Dündar defends articles, argues they were based on official government documents. Dündar was charged with violating Turkish Penal Code, TCK, Article 285, which states that anyone who publicly violates the confidentiality of an investigation shall be sentenced to imprisonment for a period of 1 to 3 years, due to a series of articles he wrote about the December corruption scandals. During the hearing, Dündar defended himself in front of the judge, saying, "First of all, my series of articles are actually based off of official documents that were issued by the government. Also, in an effort to display good intentions, at the end of the series I also published the viewpoints of the opposite side. Therefore, I believe that I was helping the public obtain information, as is the duty of journalists all over the world. And concerning the issue of confidentially, well, like the official government spokesman told me, this information can easily be found on the internet. Secrecy is not an issue here anyway because there was a parliamentary motion and questioning regarding this subject, which was published on the website of Parliament. Therefore, I do not believe I am guilty," stated Dündar. The next hearing has been scheduled for April 28.